Bronies, I'm Crazy Pretzel, still taking over this channel. And this video is going to have a lot of topics to discuss. I'm going to talk about Summerslam predictions, some TNA stuff, a little bit of WWE stuff, a little bit of everything. Going to have a lot of topics, but hopefully be a 10-minute video, kind of short, sweet. So let's jump into it. Summerslam predictions. We got Randy Orton versus Sheamus for the WWE title. Definitely kind of a tough match to call because Sheamus is like, he's only been champ for a couple months since beating Cena. I could kind of see them keeping the belt on him. But if Orton loses, he goes back to the line, back to the end of the line, I guess with Cena or something. So, I mean, if that happens with Orton, I really don't know who Sheamus is going to fight because there's really not a lot of faces that are main eventers on Raw. So I'm going to go with Orton to win because I could see Orton wrestling a heel like Edge or Jericho or something, or Sheamus again, I guess. I don't know. I don't think this match is going to be that good, but I'm picking Orton to win. Next, we got Nexus versus WWE Raw team, which you guys know who's on those two separate teams, and if you don't, look it up on the wrestling websites. This is another one that's kind of hard to call. Like, Nexus has looked so strong on Raw lately, so you're kind of thinking, okay, WWE's going to win because they've been looking all weak and stuff. They have to overcome the odds, which is probably what's going to happen. But I think Nexus should win because it kind of keeps their stable going for them being, guys taking over Raw, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of my philosophy on that. I think the Raw team is probably going to win, but I'm going to go with Nexus to win. I think they should win. They have more to gain than the Raw team does. Like, the Raw team wins, whoop-de-frickin-do, but Nexus wins. Holy shit, they won, Nexus has more to gain. Next, we got Melina versus Alicia Fox for the Divas title. Melina won a number one contendership over Fox, and I don't really see her winning twice in a row. So I'm picking Alicia Fox to win. And Fox just won the title, so, yeah, she's run over every other diva, but, let her win. That's my gut feeling. Next, it was supposed to be Tiffany versus Lake Cool, I guess, for the women's title, but some kind of domestic dispute or something between Tiffany and Drew McIntyre, from what I read. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I read. So my gut feeling is they'll put Kelly in against Lake Cool. Lake Cool's going to win. They'd win either if Tiffany was wrestling him. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston for the IC title. Ziggler just won the title, and I think he's going to keep it. Probably some kind of interference from Vicky or something. I'm picking Ziggler. And then last match, we have Kane versus Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship. Kane's going to retain it. I don't see him putting him back on Rey, because once Undertaker comes back, Rey's probably going to go on his long due vacation. And they'll obviously have Kane versus Taker, because it was Kane that put him in the vegetative state, put him in the carrot corn-like state. So, yeah, Kane's going to win. So that's SummerSlam. Okay, a couple other stuff to talk about. I was wondering, CJ Styles from ADTV Wrestling, or just ADTV, whatever their screen name is, I can't remember. Now, he was talking about Raw possibly forming like an Edge Jericho stable, and I like the idea, actually. Now, I wish they would add some more guys to it. Add William Regal, another veteran, another great heel, who could join these two good heels. And then, a fourth guy, I'm not really sure, of who they could add. He kind of suggested Zack Ryder. I could see Ryder kind of doing it, but I don't know. I mean, he's a heel, but he's like a pretty boy kind of heel. I don't know if he kind of fits in with those guys, but that would be cool to happen. But I would love to see, 3 or 4 guys, form their own heel stable, because then they could have Nexus, they could have this group, and then Cena would have to worry about getting partners, and, all 3 teams could kind of fight with each other. And it would be cool, too, having Jericho and Edge kind of controlling their own little group, because, Nexus put them through so much shit, so they could put them through some shit, kind of pay them back, It'd be cool kind of having 3 forces clashing on Raw, in my opinion. Next topic, the Santino-Tamina storyline. Tamina is smitten with Santino. I think this is a stupid storyline, because there's a couple of reasons, alright? Nope. You look at Santino and Kozlov, they're a comedy tag team. They're not, a legit tag team. I don't consider them, a legit tag team. So, basically, if you have Usos versus those 2 guys, and then you have Tamina kind of flirting with Santino, obviously, Tamina's going to stab Santino in the back with a knife, and then Usos are going to win. But is it really that big of a win for the Usos to beat Kozlov and Santino? Because I don't consider them a legit tag team. So, I think this is a stupid storyline they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. And Tamina is ugly, in my opinion. She might be like one of those women that is kind of like ugly on TV, but might be like okay looking in person. But on my TV, I don't think she's very attractive. So, yeah. Alright, that's pretty much WWE stuff. Now let's cover TNA stuff. Impact was awesome this week. It was phenomenal. And it's just as phenomenal as AJ Styles was. I love Styles versus Angle. I loved Beer Money versus Motor City Machine Guns. Match of the year. Definitely. And Rob Van Dam versus Abyss was kind of a good match, too. I mean, it was I don't know if it was a good match, but I mean, it was pretty good for what it was. Basically, Rob Van Dam in the match. Abyss kind of looks sloppy. The thing with Abyss, whenever he has a hardcore match and he pulls out something, you know, it's kind of like, holy shit, he's pulling it out, but then he's the one that always winds up getting hit with it. So it's like, it's always doomed for him to, like, get hurt by whatever he brings into the ring. So it's kind of like, you know, I like Abyss, but whenever he does that stuff, it's really rare for, like, anybody else to go through it. Unless if he wrestled somebody like Sabu or something, I can understand, but anybody else, it's like, they really just don't take the bumps on that stuff much. So, yeah, that was my opinion with that. I caught TNA Reaction this week. It's like their new show that they're putting on every week. I'm kind of 50-50 with it. Like, they kept talking about, like, Van Damme's injuries and stuff, even though we all know he's just taking time off and stuff. They spent a lot of time on that. I thought that was kind of cheesy on their part. But one thing I did like, though, they were putting over, like, they had, like, AJ Styles and Kazarian, like, talking or something, like, kind of like in their locker room or something, and, you know, AJ was like, you know, these EV 2.0 guys think they could just come into my house, the house I built, the house you built, you know, he's talking like Kazarian, the house you built, you know, take over our spotlight or whatever, you know, fuck those guys, we can kick their ass, you know, nonstop, it felt so good. That's kind of what he was talking about, but I thought that was, like, that was cool, like, on the show. And then they had, like, a segment with the knockouts, like, with, like, Velvet kind of, like, you know, saying that, you know, Madison needs to know where she comes from, and that's why, you know, she hates Madison, and Angelina hates Madison for that same reason, too. So, I thought that was kind of cool, too, on the show. But other than that, like, the rest of the show was kind of, like, a little cheesy. Although I did like the Machine Gun segment, too. So, it's kind of 50-50. So, it's kind of like if you DVR it, like, watch half of it and don't watch the other half of it. So, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about is Fortune. Now, this is an awesome stable. You got AJ Styles, Kazarian, Beer Money, and I guess they're going to put Morgan and Williams kind of in the group too. And I think it's a pretty good move. And they're going to feud with EV 2.0 for a while. Hopefully they'll all be like hardcore, no DQ street fight type matches, because no offense to EV 2.0, but none of those guys can really go anymore unless they have like a no DQ stipulation or something. That's just my opinion, except for like 3D. I'm trying to think who's all in EV 2.0. If they have anybody on TV, they might have like Sabu, Sandman, Raven. I doubt Foley's going to wrestle, even though he's kind of part of the group. 3D, I don't know. I don't really see too many other people wrestling, but my opinion, though, I think they should keep pushing Fortune and let like Fortune like crush EV 2.0. And instead of them doing the 4 Horsemen sign, you know, they should do like a 4 Horsemen kind of sign and then like just kind of shimmy their fingers, because, you know, if something is shimmering, it's like kind of has glitter and has luck. Fortune. That, or they should like do like money signs or something. Fortune. Something like that. Fortune means luck or money. So, they got Beer Money. So that's a good part of the group. Well, phonies, that was my video. And hopefully it was under 10 minutes. I bid you all adieu. Peace out.